Okay, it's just going through looking. We got a little bit of seam sealer where I think that's where the wiper motor shaft goes in. So just gotta get that little bit of seam sealer, kind of see if I can just break it out of there. Just like that.
All right, so we're getting back to work on Bodywork on Bombi. Now that we have the inside jammed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rough all this up with some 80 grit, and we're just gonna Bondo. Ugh, I hate that word. We're gonna use plastic filler, and we're gonna plastic filler our seams. That seam, we're not gonna put a whole lot of filler because, well, we don't want it on Bombi, and it'll crack out and do funky stuff. So, we're gonna go through, give it a tooth to bite onto. This is the look I'm going for right here. So we're gonna go ahead.
So bare metal?
Yeah, bare metal so that we can just redo it all. So we're gonna basically go about 4 inches in, do this front, all the way around. We're gonna do the face of Bombi, because Bombi's gotta look good. It's like putting makeup on, you know, we're gonna fool you guys. Then, we're not gonna do any here. We're gonna do a little bit right here. We're not gonna do any here. We're gonna do a little bit here. Not gonna do any here, because that looks really good. Gonna do a little bit across the back and right here. Nothing here, just a little bit here. And then this side, we got a lot we gotta do. And then the doors. But yeah, we're not gonna do the entire top. Basically just gonna do our weld seams and sections and stuff like that. And we're just gonna hope for the best. This is gonna be all DA blocked. So instead of a flat block, we're gonna use a 6-inch round block. So once we apply our body filler, we're gonna use our DA block. We're just gonna rip it down. Just like this. All the thing is right here.
So the width of the pad.
Yeah, we're basically gonna go. We're just looking to get a tooth for the body filler to bond to. So on this, the upper panel, we don't need to do anything to. It's good. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape, and I'm just gonna do some filler work on the edges of this lower door, and then the same thing on the other door. The reason for the tape is I don't want to, I'm not going to put any primer on the top, so I want to make sure I don't put any sand scratches, because we're not body working the top. All right, I'm gonna hurry and tape off the edges. I went and grabbed some plastic filler. Just wanna make sure I don't get anything over the edge. This is my most favorite part. Mixy, mixy, spready, spready, sand, 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 sand. So I gotta get this all mixed up, and I'll spread it all out. I gotta figure out how to spread it super thin. Just want a little bit.
Just doing a little tedious sanding that you can't get the DA on, which is right here. We don't want to go the whole way to the weld. We obviously only want to go about 1/4 of an inch, if that. So, gotta hand sand it.
Gotta clean your spreader. So I like to use a razor blade and get it off. And then I will use thinner to clean it up the rest of the way. Then I'm making more. I'm just gonna spread some here because I have a little extra. So all we're going for is smoothness, not straight. We're just trying to get the sucker smooth. Had a little extra mud, I'm just spreading it in this corner. I'll go clean this up. So the cool thing about this, we use Rage Optex, I believe. Anyway, but it goes from pink to green, and when it's green, it's dry. When it's pink, it's still curing.
Bobby got tired of walking over here, so he asked me to take the repair cart to him so he doesn't have to come to it. We didn't lose nothing. We were not paying attention, like, what do we need to sand this? not paying attention where my thumb was until it was already too late and I felt it. And I done it twice before I felt it. Yeah, I don't have much feeling in my hands.
Now I'm going through and just sanding the little spots. I figure with if it's shining, then the Bondo won't want to do its job and stick to it. Just going through, fine touching everything.
Have you made Bondo before?
Yeah, but it's been a minute. Before YouTube, I was learning bodywork. I don't know what he means by put tape everywhere, but I hope he means this.
So I can tell that my sandpaper is no longer cutting, so I'll grab a new piece, but I've got one door all sanded down. Now again, we're not going for straight, we're going for smooth. This is the only time in the history of the world that it's acceptable to just make your bodywork smooth. This thing is so far past perfect that we would go insane trying to get this thing straight. We put that much body filler on it. So we're just filling the imperfections around the edges and sanding it off.
Well, we'll see if I can remember how to do this properly or not. 'Cause if not, there's a lot of sanding involved to fix the mess up. I'll get that mixed up and hopefully start spreading it properly.
All right, we've got it smooth.
I've never claimed to be good at doing this stuff.
That's some thick Bondo.
Just remember, if you don't want to sand for days, put it on light.
It makes big messes.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
As long as it's not on me, we're good.
So you teach me what to do, or
Not
what
by me, I won't.
or what not to do.
What not to do. I suck at this stuff. Robby knows that. I don't know why.
You just haven't done it enough. You can't tell yourself you suck.
I don't know why he had me do it. He knows I'm not good at this stuff.
I asked you. if you could do it.
And I says, hopefully, it's been a while. Here goes my second attempt to mess up again.
Don't mess up. You're teaching me.
Don't be watching me.
You need to learn.
When I first learned, it wasn't from watching someone. It was from someone say, you do this, and then hope and pray. Because Robby wasn't one to teach me. It was Cody, and he didn't show me. He just told me. I've just been going with what I've been told and haven't had much complaints except messy.
So are you doing it like adding, or are you just adding it here? So you're not going to run it thicker on the bottom than the top?
No.
You're like a bull in a china shop.
Yes.
Literally.
I'm not very good at the spreading.
Hey, I'm not laughing at you.
We'll say, laugh it up, Buttercup. We'll make you do the next batch.
So you have successfully got it everywhere, including yourself.
No.
But we can find some on your boot that you wiped off.
Hey, leave my boot out of this. My boot had nothing, no part of this.
Didn't they?
Yeah, real great. Not spreading no more. I'll start sanding. We'll let Robby do the spreading. Shoot!
Or these ones?
Colton forgot holes.
Me. Hillbilly said I forgot to tape this, but I think he's just kind of panicking over the whole situation.
Almost there. I won't start over here.
With Robby not here, we're just gonna keep going. You know, if he approves or if he disapproves. Disapprove?
I don't think he's gonna approve too much of it when he sees the mess that we're making on the ground. When I say we, I mean Colton.
Yep, I'm the new guy, so I get all the blame. But it's okay. I'm learning.
Hate Bondo.
The next day.
Okay, it's a new day. Robby's in the office right now doing office things. Colton had to run a car to Nephi to get an alignment done on it. And I'm here filming myself working on Bombi. I just got the rest of the front of Bombi all mudded up and the top front 2 or 3 inch strip or whatever it was. Now I just gotta wait for it all to dry, but I can start sanding spots that are dry. I'll show you. And then all this. And then you can see the line pink and green. Wet, dry, wet, dry. I want to start sanding. Won't be able to show you much of that because it's just me, but I'll show you what I can when I can. Okay, I got the front all sanded down. Boo. Now I'm just going to do some Bondo or mud right along that weld seam. All right here, down, all in there, right there. Across the top here, this thin coat to fill in those imperfections. And then across the back top piece here, and then a little bit right here. I'm not gonna be able to show you doing that because it takes both hands to spread mud and it's just me. Kev's only able to get the mud spread on the roof, the driver rear panel, and the very back panel before it started setting up to where I couldn't spread it at all. So I'll have to do the passenger above the drip rail and the driver above the drip rail once I get all this sanded. Like Robby said, we're not going for flat, we're going for smooth. It's not very flat. Now I can spread Bondo right there, or mud right there. Fill in the pinholes. It's coming along. Here in a minute, once I get that done, I'll have to ask Robby if we're going to glaze it or not.
This is your favorite part.
You know, joy. I enjoy it so much. Can tell it's very sarcastic. You know how you're saying you want me to teach you how to do this, or you want to watch, learn?
Mm-hmm.
This ain't swift trucking. A trainee doesn't train.
Trainee just does.
No, a trainee. I don't know why I said no, but a trainee just does. You'll have to learn from someone that's a little bit more experienced than me by a lot. Pretty much anyone in this shop. I don't need very much because it's just the edge. Let's see if I can do it without making a big mess. Very doubtful, but wishful thinking. See, told you. Wishful thinking.
I'm not judging nobody.
I'm judging myself.
What's your thoughts on this, Cody? You like doing Bondo? You've had your fair experience.
I've had my fair share of it lately. Well, dude, since '97. Yeah,
A lot of years.
been a while.
How do you get around, wrap around the edge perfectly?
There.
Oh, you don't want to finish?
It's setting up, man. Okay, when you glide it like that, put the pressure on the outside, like down here on the outside where you're spreading. Just barely tilt it, so you kind of build it up, and so it'll give you a little bit more room to work with, and then you can just sand it off. It's not a lot, maybe a 16th. You learn. You don't do it enough to keep in the groove with doing it.
No. Hopefully the last little bit of mud to do this edge right here. How to do this. Okay, so we'll let what I just spread dry, and I'll get my mask on and start sanding the other side that's already dried, and then hopefully it's up to Robby's standards.
All right, so I am done doing office things for the day because office things suck. So we're going over all of this, and we've realized that they wasted half a day. We're gonna have a bodywork lesson today. Now, when I said we're making this smooth, I didn't mean we're making like smooth with peaks and valleys and really hard stuff that you're gonna see. So what I meant by making it smooth is we're gonna put mud on all this and we're gonna sand it. But if we were to prime this right now, you would see it would just look terrible. So this whole front gets to get redone. That's getting redone. Oh, I found one spot that's decent.
There.
Who did this?
Me.
Up top, girlfriend. Good job. So this right here is acceptable. We need to fix a little bit here. That seam I can already tell you is getting redone. We're leaving the door alone. Woo! Whoever did this door.
Me.
Good job. Wow. Whoever did this door.
Colton.
Wow.
I haven't done nothing.
Good job, Colton. You did amazing. All right, so it looks like we've got a little bit of mud here that's hardening up. you can see it's turning green. So that gets to get all sanded. This right here, that's good. That little section. We're gonna do a little bit more through here, a little bit more through here, a bit more through there. We're not gonna do anything here. The back doesn't really matter, so I think this is good. So we'll go ahead and leave this, but this is all being done in 80 grit. So we've either got to glaze it or we have to go over it with 180 and really smooth it out. When we do our next coat, let's cut it with 80 and then we'll finish it out in 180. And then any imperfections, pinholes, stuff like that, we'll just take care of so that we don't have to glaze it out. We are leaving the back because it is covered by the wreck. And that's all I got to say about that.
Did you think you were done making Bondo?
I thought I was close, but now I gotta do the whole front over again and hopefully this time not make a big mess everywhere like I did. If I was you guys, I'd back up because I've known to fling this stuff everywhere. Colton, we need some tape in a hole. So I'm doing a lot better now that Robby ain't here watching me. I get really nervous when he watches.
This looks way better than it did yesterday.
See? Give yourself some credit.
We just need to keep Robby away.
Yeah, because when Robby's around, it gets all over the ground.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, what you talking about? Concrete needed a little bit of Bondo there. There's kind of been there was a hole there. So note to self, when I'm spreading Bondo, Robby needs to stay away. Because I get nervous with him around and I start acting like I don't know what to do.
Don't know what to do?
Yeah. Need to hurry and get what I have left spread because it's starting to take off, which means set up. Now all I got left is just this little spot. Need to hurry and get this spread before Robby shows up. Then I get all nervous and everything gets everywhere and makes a big mess.
All right, class, so we're back in session. So I'm just showing the guys what we got to do. So whoever spread this didn't spread the top. So now what that means is we got to sand this, then we got to spread it again. So now we got one more spread fully. This side did get spread correctly. So I'm going to show them how to block it out. I'm going to remove the use of the 6-inch DA and we're going to go to a 6-inch block because you can control it more. And some people aren't ready for the DA. So we'll go ahead and I'm just going to sand this out and I'm going to teach them how to sand Bondo correctly without having to respread 150 times. Well, you see, I do see. I can see with my eyes. And all of this I done when you wasn't here to make me nervous. Oh,
That's
okay.
why I said get out. You make me nervous.
You make yourself nervous. So now you can see, like, this is actually working out. Now feel that. That is smooth. It may not be perfectly straight, but it's not like...
Look right there.
I'm not sanded there yet. So I'm just going to keep sanding across. So this is going to take more time because now the DAs have been taken away. So I'm going to go through and just finish sanding this up. We'll show you guys what it looks like here in a minute. It just turned into a way bigger job than we needed it to be. So I'm just going to get my flat spots all done. Then I'm going to contour this nicely. All right, so I've got the sides all cut down. I'm going to work on this front edge. I'm just going to sand a little bit here so we can get that out of the way. But I've got the top all done. Got a little bit of a little spot that needs to be respread up on top. Nothing major. We've got to sand for days and days and days and days. See that? Woo! Just riding the ocean, making waves. That's what we want. We just want it smooth. So I've DA blocked all through here. I finished DA blocking here. Then I'll actually use the hand block just to block the line. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than DA in it. We've got a few little spots that we'll take care of, but nothing too major. Like I said, this isn't going to be a show car. It's going to be used, but we do want the front to look pretty decent. Yeah, I would flow it in here a little bit because that's like a hard. Yeah, that feels pretty dang good.
Nice.
So fill that a little, and now that's, I mean, that's super loaded with Bondo, but not bad.
There's some Bondos just sitting inside the welds, so I'm just kind of cleaning those out, cleaning that little bit out.
So you'll start to overwork it, which you don't want to do.
I got Bondo all over me.
About got it. Oh, I just undercut. I just did what I tell them not to do. I'm gonna do that by hand. It's like drywall. You gotta blow it out.
Bombi's gonna be Bondo.
Yeah, Bombi's gonna be the... Bombi is now the Bondo mobile.
I have to figure out this. Well, my mud first was not hard enough, and then it's too hard. So Robby says I have to use the scale and do math, and I'm not good at math. How do you zero it out?
C.
That's clear.
Turn it off.
Right there.
Oh.
Right there. Here we go.
Good luck. Just make it go to 50, because then 50 to 1. And then you only have to do
1 gram.
1 gram, yeah.
Close.
Oh, yep, wait, yep. Okay. Oh look,
That's close
it's
enough.
almost perfect. So now just 1 gram.
I have to do 1 gram. Oh. I didn't even bring my spatula. That was nerve-wracking.
What we should do is we should have Robby do it. See how close he is without measuring.
Without him seeing, so that way we can. So we'd have to have him put this on the mud on, then we'll go weigh it, and then have him put the hardener on and weigh it after before he mixes it.
I bet it's pretty close. Oh,
Not that much though.
Okay, I got Drug over here to help out this evening since it's late. Going back through behind all the body work the guys have done with some 180 grit, getting it ready for a final coat of prime. Gonna go through, clean up the edges, touch up what we need, starting on the doors and moving to the body cab, whatever you want to call that thing. So we can get it under primer tonight before midnight. We've got our vacuum sander, the Festool. There's other brands out there, but this is one we like to use. It's got the holes in the paper and here, and it sucks up most of the sanding dust, but not all, so I'm still gonna wear a respirator, but it helps keep the shop cleaner. This makes it easier on our health.
Spreading some mud on the weld seam. We've already done it once, but I undercutted it way bad, which undercut means you take way too much off.
I just want to point out, rock hard gummy bears, Jolly Bears, delicious. We found a bag of these gummy bears in my box that have been there for a year.
So wait, you'll eat those, but you won't eat bread that's under a seat of a Jeep?
What are you talking about?
When I took a bite of that banana nut bread, it's dry.
maybe we should.
Okay, $10 if you stop. Oh, no way. I can rehydrate these. That's like Mold City. We just about got all our body filler done. We're working the night shift now. We got Cody over there. He's getting it all prepped up, ready for primer. I'm gonna finish sanding this. Hillbilly's just gonna stand there and look at me, really awkward like. Colton's doing a beautiful job filming. I'm not doing a beautiful job watching. You know what, Hillbilly? Whatever. So I'll get this all sanded up. At some point, we'll probably need some food. That's not right now. And then, we gotta get all this primed tonight.
Okay, I got tired of sitting there watching Robby. He was very boring, so I'm gonna start 180 in the front of this.
You know when cats get up on your countertop, they go. Are you done? Have you seen when a cat does that? They get up on your counter and they...
No, because I don't have cats.
That's what Bombi does. So I've got this pretty smooth. So I'm gonna hurry and just hit it with some 180 and get this section done before I get off the ladder. And the roof should be fairly close to being ready for primer. This side is a lot worse on the back end. We didn't do anything in the back, but it is, front's not too bad. Our seam is filled in. It's a good thing it's up high.
Okay, now that we got the doors 180'd, notice there's a couple little imperfections still. So we're just gonna mix up some glaze thin, small dings and like imperfections. You don't want this too thick. You know, it's just a skim coat, however people classify that. But I'm just gonna hit some little imperfections, some pinholes we found. Then I'll probably move over to the cab after I'm done with this, and because there's gonna be some pinholes we gotta fill on that with as much filler as we put on that thing.
I identified one spot here that we're gonna fill in with a little bit of mud. We're gonna fill this weld a little bit here, and then a little spot right here where we've got an eyebrow. So just a few spots. I've got everything 180'd, looking good. So Cody's gonna do that. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll actually round off this edge. So I'm gonna finish sanding the top, but everything is just about 180'd. We're gonna do a few little repairs, and then this will be ready to throw in the booth and prime it.
Dude, round corners are like the worst thing to spread, like when you're doing a little bit. Sometimes you put too much and create more sanding than you need.
So what you're saying is you're the guy just for the job.
No. Go both ways when you can on the flat area to make sure it gets in there and you get all the air pressed out. All right, we're laying a little bit of tape right here. We got a little bit of a spot we want to smooth out just a hair more right here along this corner. I don't want too much filler right here with the gasket and the window coming back on. So make sure it seals right, same thickness all the way around. But here, a little spot on the roof, got a little bit of glaze and some little teeny low spots there. So yeah, we will go through and finish up. We're getting pretty close.
So while Cody's finishing up the small little details that need to be sanded, we're gonna get this booth cleaned out so we can get Bombi in the booth, masked up, and painted. Or not primed.
So we just discovered the battery's dead. Looks like we're gonna push it.
Okay, so now we have to grab some buckets, get them in here and get them ready, because there's only the 4 of us. So I'll have to kind of get them set where they need to be, walk it in, let's set it on the buckets close, and then we can adjust it with our foot as we do it.
Going through, hitting the little touch-up spots we got over the weld. So the doors are almost done for Hillbilly and Colton to get in the booth while I go on the cab and start hitting all the touch-up spots we did there, and the one spot we had to put a little more filler. We're getting closer to get out of here before midnight tonight.
Okay, the doors are, Cody's just finishing up the other door. This one's done, so I'm gonna hurry him, blow it off, then we're gonna take it in and start masking it up. Get it back masked, get this all back masked, and then scuff the yellow right there, and then along this edge where the tape won't be, get it all scuffed.
So Robby had to take off for a minute. I guess Adley started throwing up, so he ran home, do what he needs to do to help her and that. So we're just gonna continue on without him, getting the doors, like Hillbilly said, get the doors in. We're gonna mask them all up. Cody's finishing up doing the 180. We'll probably wait for Robby to lift the cab up and bring it in the paint booth. Late nights are the best nights.
Well, I'm a morning person myself.
All right, we got the doors. One of the doors is in the booth, other one's ready to go. Got to go back through, hit a few of the spots. Finish rounding this edge, go through, make sure all of our edges are sanded really good. We're getting pretty close, so we can get it in there tonight. And who's priming it?
Robby.
Maybe you.
Am I gonna prime it? Maybe.
Got to learn sometime.
Okay, so I got it all back masked off. So now, it's time to throw some paper down. It just keeps ripping the inner layer.
Cause you got the inner layer stuck to it. There you go. Okay, I just brought in the other door. I'm gonna tape it up. I'm not gonna let Hillbilly take all the credit for taping it. Tape away.
Okay, I got my door mask. Now I'm gonna scuff up around the edges where the yellow paint was at. And all I'm doing is just scuffing the shine off of it. So that way the primer will stick.
Hillbilly,
Yeah?
food's here.
Food's here.
Yeah, you guys, you've been working so hard. Why don't you grab you some pizza? So, for any of you guys that come here to eat from, I've said it before, there's a little local pizza joint, local owners, called Zaws and Daws. That's for pizzas and desserts. So we went and got us a super awesome pie. Half pepperoni sausage, I got extra tomatoes just for Hillbilly, and then chicken pesto and cheese sticks. So we're gonna enjoy some dinner. What do you think, Hillbilly?
It's good.
I think so, it does.
It is good, man.
And I'm mowing down on mine. So we're gonna finish eating and get back to work. All right, now that our dinner party is over, I went and grabbed some food and I had to go home because my little daughter, Adley's been throwing up for some reason. So we're gonna get this inside the booth and I'm gonna go home, spend a little bit of time with her. And then once they get this all masked up and Cody starts priming, I'll come back and we'll get this thing finished up. So you are seeing for the final time, Bombi with Bodywork. After this, it's gonna be primed. Then all it's gotta do is be sanded again and painted yellow, reassembled and back to matte. All right, so we've got it in the booth. Looks like it's got an infection up front.
Zits.
Yeah. We'll have Hillbilly start waxing grease in it, and then we will get it masked up. So it's okay to wax and grease your primer.
Middle.
Oh yeah. No, I'll just go a
for
little
it.
bit past.
And then right here. Oh, Cody's got a good idea of what he's gonna mask up. Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit.
All right, I'm starting off on the booth tonight, so I'm gonna be blow tacking and statting. First time in a long time. Before we start laying down some edge primer on the bare metal spots, and then start priming this so we can get it prepped and back to matte. Hillbilly got a little carried away at the wax and grease remover, so we gotta make sure we've got it out of all the holes and every other little place it can hide. Now we're done with the blow tack and stat. We're gonna hit metal etch on the bare metal spots, let that kick 15 minutes, and then we'll start with our coats of primer. Okay, we got the bare metal spots all hit with the edge primer. We gotta give them 15 minutes.
Just like magic, I'm back. Poor little Adley, she's thrown up like 5 or 6 times. She's getting a bug or something. So, you guys kicked some butt. They've got it all etched, got it ready. We're gonna go in and get this thing primered. So I'm gonna throw down the first coat, and I'm gonna let Cody finish it out, and then we'll go back in and we'll show you guys what it looks like once it's done. It's gonna be super smooth. All right, so we've already got it all blown, tacked, and static. So in theory, it should be static controlled still. We're gonna put 3 heavy coats of primer on this because it's gonna need it. Up and down. Down and left. All right, we got our first coat down. We're gonna let it wait for about 10 minutes, flash off. Cody will come back in, he'll put a second coat. That'll flash, then he'll put a third coat, and we'll come back in to show you what it looks like. All right, so everything is looking pretty good. We've got some pinholes. So what we'll do is we'll let this cure out overnight. We'll come back in and we'll fix all our pinholes, and then we'll guide coat everything and we'll sand it all down with 320 so that we can paint it. But super late, we got it all busted out. So we're one step closer. After this, we get to turn the outside yellow. I'm pretty sad that it's coming to an end, but you know what? Matt's just about got my Jeep done, and that's the deal. Matt's getting my Jeep done, and I'm getting Bombi done, and we're gonna do a little swap-a-roo. I'm excited to show you guys what this looks like after it's yellow. The Bumblebee out there instead of Bombi is looking really good. That's a wrap for the night. All right, so it's been a long couple of days, but we've got all the bodywork done. As you can see, Cody's taking off for the night. Hillbilly took off a few hours ago. But as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.
Well, since you said pizza and dessert, where's the dessert? I see the pizza.
I'm the dessert.
Corey, cut that.